Have you ever dreamed of building a timeless Swiss stone house nestled on a peaceful hillside? You're not alone. In this video, we're going to walk you through every cost involved in turning that alpine dream into reality, stone by stone, beam by beam. Whether you're planning your own mountain getaway or just love the charm of traditional European design, this full cost breakdown will give you a real-world understanding of what it takes in 2025. And don't worry, we're not just throwing out numbers. We've researched actual market prices, construction variables, and material costs from Switzerland and similar alpine regions. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Nuanza Art, and drop a comment below if you're excited to see more content about stunning home designs and interiors from around the world. Ready? Let's climb up that hillside and break it all down. The first cost in building your Swiss stone home is naturally the land. A hillside location in Switzerland or comparable alpine areas can range from $150 to $400 per square meter, depending on the region, proximity to villages, and accessibility. That means a modest 800 square meter plot could cost between $120,000 and $320,000. But that's just the beginning. Hillside construction adds unique challenges, like slope stabilization, retaining walls, and access routes for machinery. Site preparation can run between $30,000 and $70,000, depending on terrain's steepness and soil condition. If blasting is required for bedrock, expect even higher costs. Before laying your first stone, you might already be $200,000 into the project. This phase is crucial. Poor preparation leads to expensive problems later. Always work with a local architect or engineer familiar with the hillside regulations and Swiss building codes to ensure long-term stability. Next comes the foundation, which in hillside homes is both a literal and financial cornerstone. Traditional flat surface foundations won't work here. Instead, builders often use stepped or pile foundations anchored deep into the slope. These structures are engineered to resist shifting soils, snow loads, and runoff water. The cost for a reinforced hillside foundation in Switzerland averages $350 to $500 per square meter, and for 150 SQM house, that totals between $52,500 and $75,000. Add in waterproofing membranes, drainage systems, and frost protection, especially important in alpine climates, and that cost climbs further. Depending on your soil report and slope grade, you might even need retaining walls made of concrete or dry stacked stone, adding another $10,000 to $40,000. In hillside builds, skipping structural reinforcements is not an option. Think of this step as buying insurance against nature. Now for the iconic feature, the stone walls. Swiss stone houses are admired for their thick, hand-laid granite or limestone walls. Stone isn't cheap, but its beauty, insulation, and durability make it worth every franc. Material costs for quality local stone vary, typically from $120 to $200 per square meter, and labor-intensive masonry work can double that. Altogether, expect to spend $300 to $450 per square meter of finished wall. For a two-story house with 250 SQM of wall surface, this can amount to $75,000 to $112,500. You may save on heating later, though, as thick stone walls provide excellent thermal mass, keeping interiors warm in winter and cool in summer. Want to cut costs without sacrificing style? Combine structural concrete or timber walls with stone cladding. This can bring your wall budget down by 20 to 30% while maintaining that rustic look. The Swiss Alps demand roofs that stand up to heavy snow, wind, and ice. Traditionally, stone slate or clay tile roofing is used, both for durability and charm. Roofing costs can vary wildly depending on material and slope, from $150 to $250 per square meter, including structure, waterproofing, and insulation. A 150 SQM roof could cost $22,500 to $37,500. Add snow guards, copper gutters, and extended eaves, and the price climbs higher. If you're building at higher altitudes, reinforced roof trusses may be needed to handle snow loads, which could add another $10,000. The roof not only defines your home's silhouette, but also its performance under alpine weather. Investing in a strong, beautiful roof saves money down the line and ensures that warm, cozy Swiss chalet feeling stays inside where it belongs. Windows and doors are more than functional, they're part of the alpine design language. Large, triple-glazed windows are essential for maximizing views and maintaining energy efficiency. Expect to pay $800 to $1,200 per window, with custom wood-framed or arch designs costing more. A typical home may include 12 to 16 windows, bringing the total to $10,000 to $20,000. Doors, especially the main entrance and balcony access points, should match the stone and timber aesthetic. High-quality wooden doors with insulation and security features cost $2,000 to $5,000 each. The total budget here lands between $20,000 and $35,000. Lighting matters too. Many hillside homes use skylights or clear-story windows to bring in more daylight. Smart placement of these elements not only brightens your interiors, but also enhances passive solar heating, reducing energy costs. Inside a Swiss stone house, tradition meets comfort. Exposed timber beams, natural stone floors, and hand-plastered walls are hallmarks of alpine interiors. Custom carpentry and natural materials dominate, with costs averaging $500 to $1,000 per square meter. For a 150 SQM home, that totals $75,000 to $150,000. Flooring options like limestone, oak, or reclaimed would cost $80 to $150 per SQM. Kitchens and bathrooms typically feature built-in cabinetry, stone counters, and tiled wet rooms, all of which can push the budget further. If you're blending rustic elements with modern touches, like minimalist fireplaces or concealed lighting, expect to pay even more. But this is where your personality shines. A well-designed interior not only complements the rugged exterior, but also increases long-term value and emotional connection to the space. Swiss homes are known for energy efficiency. Installing heating systems like underfloor hydronic heat, pellet stoves, or ground source heat pumps can cost between $15,000 and $40,000 depending on technology and house size. Solar panels or thermal collectors can be added for $10,000 to $20,000, often subsidized by energy programs. Plumbing and electrical systems tailored to hillside layouts average $25,000 to $35,000. Water tanks, septic solutions if off-grid, and storm drainage also need to be considered. If you're going smart, with automated blinds, lighting, security, and energy controls, budget another $10,000 to $15,000. Utilities are often overlooked during planning, but are vital to the comfort and sustainability of your hillside retreat. Spend wisely here, and your Swiss stone home will function beautifully year-round with minimal maintenance. Let's put it all together. Here's a conservative breakdown of what you might spend. Land and site prep, $200,000 to $350,000. Foundation, $50,000 to $75,000. Stone walls, $75,000 to $112,500. Roofing, $25,000 to $40,000. Windows and doors, $20,000 to $35,000. Interior finishes, $75,000 to $150,000. Utilities and smart systems, $50,000 to $90,000. Estimated total, $495,000 to $852,500 US. This doesn't include permits, taxes, architect fees, typically 10 to 15%, or delays due to weather and transport. Always keep a 15 to 20% contingency fund to stay prepared. If working with Swiss contractors, expect high craftsmanship and high labor costs. Still, for many, the result is priceless, a breathtaking, durable home in one of the most serene environments on Earth. Building a Swiss stone house on a hillside isn't just a construction project, it's a legacy. From the meticulous stonework to the insulated alpine roof, every detail creates a lasting connection between you, the land, and the tradition. It's not a cheap journey, but it is a deeply rewarding one. If you're someone who values craftsmanship, sustainability, and beauty, this might be your dream home brought to life. Now, if you found this video helpful or inspiring, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Nuance Art, and let us know in the comments what your ideal mountain home looks like. Would you go traditional, modern, or a mix of both? We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep designing, and we'll see you in the next video.